I was living a double life. And the most terrifying part is that no one knew, not my family. For years, I had convinced everyone that I was one person, someone reliable, responsible, confident, and completely in control. While the other part of me existed in secret, hidden, unacknowledged, and completely separate from the life I showed the world. At first, it felt exhilarating, like I had discovered a secret power, a way to live without judgment, limits, or scrutiny. I told myself I was clever, that I could manage it, that I could have two worlds without anyone ever colliding. But living a double life is never freeing. It's exhausting, isolating, and it changes who you are at your very core. Every word you say, every interaction, every decision is calculated. Every thought is measured. Every move is filtered through fear of exposure. And the longer you live this way, the more the secret life starts to control you instead of protecting you. A double life doesn't just hide reality from others. It hides reality from yourself until one day, the person you see in the mirror doesn't feel like you at all. That's when you realize the life you've built in secret, the stories you've told yourself to justify it, the freedom you thought you had. It's all an illusion. And when the truth finally comes, there is no going back. It began innocently, or at least I convinced myself it was innocent. There was a part of me, a craving, a restlessness I didn't know how to address. I wanted something that didn't fit into the version of myself the world knew. So I created a hidden life, a secret version of me where I could act freely, speak openly, and explore desires that were impossible in my real life. At first, it felt harmless, like a secret diary, a hobby no one else knew about. But soon, that hidden life demanded more and more attention, more secrecy, and more lies to maintain it. Days blurred into weeks, weeks into months, and before I realized it, I was living as two completely different people, each carefully edited for a different audience. I noticed subtle changes in myself, the way I answered questions, the way I navigated social situations, the way I guarded my words. I became hyper-aware, constantly calculating, knowing one slip could shatter everything. The more I maintained the double life, the more the secret side began to influence my visible side. Decisions, emotions, relationships, all filtered through the lens of secrecy. I wasn't fully present anywhere, and the hidden part of me grew stronger than the version I showed the world. Isolation became my constant companion. Even when surrounded by people, I felt completely alone. No one knew me, no one could, because the person they saw was only half of the truth. That isolation was suffocating, heavy, crushing, and the more I tried to ignore it, the stronger it became, like a shadow that followed me everywhere. Then came the day the two worlds collided. It wasn't a dramatic reveal at first. It was subtle, almost accidental. Someone who only knew one side of me stumbled across the other. My heart raced. My mind scrambled. Panic surged like a tidal wave, because the balance I had maintained for years was gone. I tried to adjust, explain, and recover, but it was too late. Confusion, suspicion, hurt, all mirrored in their eyes, confirmed that my secret life could no longer be hidden. At that moment, I had two choices: keep lying, dig deeper, and risk losing everything, or confront the truth no matter how painful. For the first time in years, I chose honesty. I revealed everything: the hidden life, the motivations, the secrets, the lies. Humiliation, fear, and pain crashed over me. but alongside it came a strange, unfamiliar relief. I was finally free from the suffocating tension of maintaining two realities. And through that revelation, I began the slow, painful process of rebuilding. I realized living a double life might feel like freedom at first, but it is never freedom. It is a cage you construct for yourself. Escaping it requires confronting your fears, regrets, and the parts of yourself you've buried, ignored, and denied. Some people walked away, some were hurt, some couldn't understand, and some were angry. But through their reactions, I learned the most important lesson. The truth is heavier than the lie, but stronger than the secret. The hidden life had taught me who I was capable of being, both the worst and the best, and facing it taught me who I could still become. I learned authenticity isn't just about honesty with others. It's about honesty with yourself. Living as two people had disconnected me from my own emotions, my own values, and my own desires. Facing the truth allowed me to reconnect with the part of myself I had buried and betrayed. I could feel the weight lifting gradually. The tension that had consumed my thoughts for years, the anxiety that had haunted me in every interaction, the fear of being discovered. It all started to fade. Slowly, I began noticing small things again. The way I could breathe without fear, the way I could laugh without guilt lurking behind it, the way I could experience moments fully without constantly calculating them. But the past didn't disappear. I couldn't undo the mistakes, the lies, or the consequences. Every choice, every secret, every hidden moment had left a mark. And yet, in accepting the consequences, I found power. I found clarity. I found the truth that the person I had hidden from the world wasn't just the version others never saw. It was also the version I had hidden from myself. And once I confronted it, once I faced it fully and without excuses, I realized something profound. The people we hide from in double lives aren't always around us. They are inside us. The lies, the secrets, the hidden selves, they are all attempts to escape our own reality, to avoid confronting uncomfortable truths. Until we face them honestly, fully, without compromise, we are never truly free. And freedom, I realized, isn't about living without judgment. It's about living with honesty, with courage, and with acceptance of all the parts of yourself that you've tried to ignore. Only then can you reconnect with the world, with the people around you, and most importantly, with yourself. If you are watching this right now and feel like you are living a version of yourself that no one truly knows, understand this: secrecy can feel powerful, exciting, and even comforting, but it comes with a cost far heavier than you imagine. Living a double life doesn't just hide reality from others. It hides reality from yourself, and the longer you live it, the more control the lie gains over you, often shaping the person you become without your awareness. The truth is uncomfortable, messy, and painful, but it is the only path to reclaiming yourself, rebuilding authentic connections, and living a life that is truly yours. If this story made you pause, reflect, or question your own secrets, don't ignore that feeling. Awareness is the first step toward freedom, growth, and self-understanding. Make sure you subscribe for more real, raw, and powerful stories like this, because sometimes the hardest truths we confront are the ones that change everything. How we see ourselves, how we see others, and how we move forward into the life we were always meant to live.